The Chunin exams make no sense.
The Chunin exams are great. I don't have to explain to you this is an amazing arc. A lot of people even have this arc as their top one best
Top one? I don't know about that,
arc
man.
in the Naruto series. But there's one thing that doesn't quite make sense in universe.
It's like
in the arc, and I'm gonna be
a gladiator thing with kids.
Exploring that in this video. You see, it doesn't make much sense for a nation or a village or whatever it is to send in their soldiers, in this case.
Let's just those 12-year-old kids fight for their lives, and that's it, man. I don't care about my nation.
Ninjas to die in an exam. Sure, abilities are supposed to be tested. You have to determine the power of your ninjas. Running these exams can be good for competition even. You can force
I think they're too young.
Better to train more. However, the methods are a little bit strange. The Forest of Death is my main gripe here, and don't get me wrong, I love the Forest of Death. This
man, I don't know if somebody dies because I don't remember this, but if you have this amount of kids with these deadly powers inside this strange forest, and you have some adults and some weirdos, if you know what I mean, with Orochimaru and those pedophiles from the Sound Village. If you have those guys there, man, you're not man, a lot of kids gonna die, man.
This is only a simple exercise. I would rather have the Forest of Death over the boring Boruto stuff any day of the week. But
of course,
the Boruto stuff kind of makes more sense, and it really pains me to say that. So
Boruto makes more sense than Naruto. Let's go.
In the Forest of
I want to
Death,
see this.
The ninjas get their missions. They have to collect another scroll to form a pair, and then they have to run.
It's a little
to
bit
the
gay
middle of the
because you have to. I don't think it's gay because you have to think your soulmate, like it's your couple. Who's my sky? Who's my earth?
in the main tower.
Heaven.
Fair enough.
Who's my heaven?
Sounds good. The problem is that they can use whatever means necessary to collect the other scroll, and they have to collect it from other ninjas. This is a very good exercise. It makes sense to put shinobis in that situation if you're training and if you want to determine their level of ability, fighting each other, forming strategies.
But I think they say this. You can kill everybody you want. You don't have to worry about that.
Teamwork and all that. However, the problem is that this entire portion of the exam doesn't have a referee or anything of the sort. It's a free-for-all, man.
Yeah, it's a Fortnite.
You have to sign a waiver that says the Leaf Village is not responsible for their deaths or injuries if it happens in the middle of the forest. Like, why would you do that? Why would you throw your ninjas?
I think this is funny. The village doesn't fucking care. Let's sign this. You can die and we don't care if you die, okay? Let's sign this.
Of your village, your young generation, into this massive death trap. You're losing manpower there, a lot of it. Let's analyze the other portions of the exam. The first one, a written test, and it's a written test with a twist because you were encouraged to cheat because they're testing your ninja abilities. Perfect test. This is the perfect exam for you to conduct in the Chunin exams.
I think this is also stupid. Like, I don't get the point.
Ninjas are able to collect intel, and if there's more,
you have to
avoid detection.
Man,
also,
but I have to say this. I need to say this. When I was a kid and I watched this as a kid, I think I used to think like this. I was like, okay, I have to cheat in my test too because this is I'm a ninja. I'm a shinobi, man. I had to do this, and I used to cheat on my tests every time. Because of Naruto, because in my head I was Gaara, in my head I was Sasuke, you know, in my head I was a cool kid when I was cheating on my tests, and I still think like that, I have to be honest.
So this doesn't put anyone's lives in danger, so yeah, you're not gonna run into this problem of killing your own shinobi. The third task, one-on-one fights in a big arena. Perfect. It has a referee.
Kids versus pedophiles.
The risk of death is very low because the ref's gonna get in there and stop the fight as soon as it gets too dangerous. The Forest of Death, well, there is no such thing. You're going to die if you make a mistake in the forest. There's no way around it. Shikamaru even asks Anko before they enter the forest, can I quit in the middle of the exam? And Anko kind of...
Choji's eating chips.
Laughs at him and says, I mean, you can, but nothing's gonna happen.
How can you put this kid, man? How can you put this fucking kid here eating chips? Let's go to the forest of death with those weirdos, those pedophiles, and this kid eating chips. It's not fair, man.
In the middle of the exam, and Uncle kind of laughs at him and says, I mean, you can, but nothing's gonna happen. You're gonna get killed by your opponents. Which is very disheartening if you're a guy like Shikamaru. I mean, he just wants to serve the clouds, man. But still, look at it from the perspective of the Leaf Village, for example, or any other village, to be honest. Ninjas are a valuable resource, arguably the most valuable resource the entire nation has. They're military. They are powerful. They're important to maintain the security, and they are superheroes too. And you want to make sure they don't go to waste. Now, what you do in the Chunin exams, you send your most valuable assets, your prodigies, that can become the strongest ninjas in your nation.
Not only that, this kid right here, Gaara, man, he's the strongest. This is the most valuable creature. This is the most valuable thing the village, his country has. Because he has the bijou inside of him. So he's the most valuable person in the country. And they put him to the forest of death at 12 years old, and they say, yeah, man, do whatever.
Into this
I know they hate him, but you don't have to do this.
Kill them, and we see a lot of Genins getting killed in the middle of the Chunin exams. Now, if you're someone heartless like Orochimaru, you're not gonna care because you just want to further your own goals. You don't even care about your village, man. The South Village is barely even a village, but anyway, if you're the third Hokage, for example, that strikes me as a guy that cares about the young generation. You don't want to send them into the
this guy doesn't care at all.
Just because you want to test their abilities. Now, there's an argument.
Man, we're talking about the guy who sent Itachi to kill his own family. And you can say, no, Danzo was the guy. Man, he was the Hokage. And he let Itachi kill his own family. So this guy's not good. This guy's not good at all.
If they go under these very difficult circumstances, they're going to come out stronger if they make it. But if they don't make it, I mean, it's one less ninja that you have, or 3 in this case, because it's a team. And this thing doesn't even make much sense. Like, training in the military, in the real world, for instance, doesn't involve sending your soldiers to their deaths. Yes, military training can be very exhausting physically and mentally. It can be draining. It can even make you mad. You can
I think I could handle it. Man, I could handle like 3 months without food.
Crazy
easily.
From the harshness of the training, but it doesn't kill you.
But I can do with sunlight. I don't like sunlight. I'm afraid of the sun, so I can be in the shadows without food. Yeah,
use real
but not in the sunlight because I burn.
In the military training, and they certainly don't train soldiers from one nation with soldiers of the other nation. They have to kill each other. This doesn't make much sense, because let's be honest, the Chunin exams is not that important in the grand scheme of things. If the Kage of any given village wants to, he or she can promote a Genin from Chunin just by saying, okay, here you are, you're promoted, there you go. No need for an exam.
And this is so stupid because only one kid got promoted.
Have 2 purposes. They provide an incentive for the younger generations to push harder and become stronger, but most importantly, the Chunin exams serve to show other nations and potential clients the power of the ninjas from their nation. If a particular nation/village goes well in the Chunin exams, clients will be more inclined to take the job. Clients will be more inclined to hire jobs from ninjas from that particular village. And it also serves to show off the power of their own ninjas against other nations so that they don't attack, which doesn't really work.
But I don't think your ninjas need to be 12-year-old
because Orochimaru and the Sand attacked the Leaf Village anyway. But these are the main purposes in universe for the exam. Now, it wasn't always like this. We can see...
Oh my god, look at this guy. Okay, this is the guy who fought Madara. Okay, this is a stronger... You're a very strong guy, but he looks pathetic. We can agree with this.
In the Obito/Kakashi flashbacks, that the Chunin exams were held only in the Leaf Village for Leaf Village ninjas in the past. However, very recently in the Naruto verse, allied villages decided to hold the exams together so that they can show off the power of their ninjas, yada yada yada. And yes, this makes sense. You can do that. I'm not just complaining about this aspect of the exams. The problem is when you send ninjas to the exams and they don't come back. That's gonna be an issue. Because if you do that too much, well, you're gonna run out of young ninjas.
Maybe because I think the offer and demand thing, I don't know anything about economics, but I have to say this, they have a lot of ninjas. When you have a lot of something, you don't value it. So if I have I don't know, 1,000 ninjas, fuck them. I'm gonna let them die. I don't care. 10,000 ninjas. I don't know how many ninjas they have, but they have a lot. I think if they're just killing them for no reason, so they don't care.
Then your younger generations will be in deficits, and then in the future, you're gonna have a huge gap in the power of your shinobis. Also, using the Forest of Death as an exam ground, essentially, with no supervision, will let other nations to infiltrate the exam and kill your younger ninjas. Some nations can send Jonins disguised as Genins so that they can just go and kill the Genins from other villages to make sure they assert their power, and the other village come out weaker. Something kinda like that happened in the Chunin exams when Orochimaru invades the Forest of Death that has no supervision so that he can put the curse mark on Sasuke, taunt him, test his abilities. Now, he didn't kill anyone except from the grass ninjas that he killed them outside of the forest, but you get the point. This wouldn't have happened in the arena, for example. In the arena, Orochimaru had
I think they have the rice ninjas too. I don't remember, but I think they have the rice ninjas.
Which is something much more difficult to do than just infiltrating the forest. If Orochimaru really wanted to, he could literally kill every single Genin participating in the Forest of Death exam. Also, the Forest of Death...
This is the guy who's licking kids. He's licking kids.
Come on. Serve this purpose of showing off to other nations and to potential clients because nobody watches it. It's a forest. There's nothing in it, just beasts and insects and all that. There isn't anyone watching.
And
the
weirdos.
Most effective stage
a lot
to
of
show
weirdos.
off this type of stuff is in the arena, because there 1,000 people are watching those very rich people that are gonna hire ninjas for whatever jobs. They are going to look at the fights and see if
most are gonna use them to spy their spouse. You know, let's find if my wife is having an affair, and they go there and then they use the superpowers, the Byakugan guy, and goes like, I'm seeing, and your wife is having an affair with 3 different guys at the same time. Thank you, Neji. Now I'm gonna pay you and get the fuck out. Yeah, now I'm gonna pay you. Thank you. And that's it, man. And he's risking his life for that, man.
Like the ninjas that are fighting there. So it makes much more sense in Boruto when we get the capturing flag thing and there's a referee and they're not in risk of imminent death whenever they are there. Also, we see in the Obito Kakashi flashbacks
not cool.
The second stage...
If you don't risk your life and it's fun, it's safety. No, I don't care, man. Put people to die.
Exams were team fights. 3 versus 3, essentially. That's another effective type of exam. And also, you could even have this exam in an arena so that more people can watch, more spectacle, more people seeing your ninjas. But having it in a forest where nobody can see, where people can infiltrate and kill your Genins, where the Genins are just killing each other, the senseless, doesn't make much sense. And I really hate to bring up Boruto as a positive example, though I kinda don't care about this.
I have to say this, Boruto is 100 times better than Naruto.
Be real, the Forest of Death is an amazing
I haven't watched it.
Part of the Naruto series. It's awesome. The Sasuke versus Orochimaru fight, Sasuke awakening the curse mark and stomping the sound team, Naruto telling Sasuke he's a scaredy cat. It's all great in the Forest of Death. I would never change that for the Boruto stupid capturing flag thing or even the team fights because, well, the story had to be that way for it to be satisfying. The characters needed to be thrown into this very bad situation from day one in the Forest of Death. And you can even justify things like you would usually do, saying that, oh, maybe they really wanted to test their guts, making sure that the ninjas that are passing are actually extremely powerful. But
oh honestly, my god, Sasuke really destroys that guy.
He wasn't doing such a thing, sending his Genins to their deaths.
Man, this guy's just smoking pot all day. He doesn't care.
I remember if we ever saw any Leaf ninjas dying in the Chunin exams. I think we did, but it may have been very quick, though we definitely see a lot of Genins dying. I mean, just remember the ones from the Rain Village.
Oh
that
my
Gaara
god. Oh, okay,
stomps.
Gaara.
It doesn't
Oh.
make a lot of sense from an in-universe perspective to have the Forest of Death. However, I like the Forest of Death. Everyone likes the Forest
Yes,
of Death.
it's cool. I have to say
let
this.
that one slide. I just wanted to
The
bring...
Sasuke get bad animation at some bad frames at some point, but the Sasuke against Orochimaru inside the forest is very nice.
The point that it doesn't
And
make
when he breaks those guys' arms, oh my
much
god!
sense for you to send your Genins to their deaths. Because
And the best moment of all Naruto series, I forgot this. The best moment of all Naruto series, when Sakura cuts her hair